for your voter's ID, and if you don't have it, you can still go and vote. This is the type of content we need right now. Thank you for this vital information. No problem, Shan. Let me see what else you should know as well. Um, That's it. Yes, that is correct. So when you go there, who is going to look at your ID is the person that is giving you the ballot. I believe what happens is that they will look at the ID and then they will say your name, and that's typically how the indoor agent will hear your name to be able to mark it off to say Gabrielle, for example, came to vote. The other thing too, as well, right? The other thing too that is important to note is that I'm not campaigning. I'm talking about information that anyone needs to know, right? The other thing too is that you are entitled to time off to go and vote regardless of where you work. It is your right. Most places I see putting out pictures now. Yes, that's a very important point I'm going to raise. Most places now are putting out their graphics to say that they're going to be closing at 12 p.m. Right? But it is your right. And if you work somewhere, for example, I vote in St. Mary, but I live in Kingston, you are entitled to the amount of time you need to go and vote. So if you work out of town, that would mean you need the entire day, for example, to go and come back. You are entitled to your time to vote. It is your legal right, and the boss can fire you for that. Clearly, sometimes people have issues because some people lie and they say they're going to vote and they know they're not planned for vote. Right, but the reality is that you are entitled to time off to go and vote. Most places will give you 2 hours depending on where you vote. Most places will give you half day. In cases where you have to go out of town, you would need to notify your employer before so that you are entitled to the appropriate time to go and choose to support the government of your choice. Somebody made a point earlier up that I want to share as well. When you go to vote, you can go to vote in your colors, meaning me can go vote in a one green shirt, green pants, with my green nails and my green crocs. What I cannot do is go into the polling station with Bobby Montague face on my chest or another candidate's face on my t-shirts, on my clothing. You cannot go with the candidate's face on your clothes, but you can go in whatever colors you want. Right now, I'm wearing a Choose Jamaica shirt with the JLP logo on it. I can wear this to go to vote. I'm making the point because there have been instances, it always happens, where people try to raise issues and say, them can't go in the vote because them have a branded shirt. Nonsense. You can go in to vote even if I'm wearing, for example, a shirt like this that has the JLP logo on it. However, you cannot go to vote if a candidate's face is on it. They will turn you back. Turn your back, that means you can't vote at all for the whole day. Turn your back just means you have to go change your clothes at your yard or in the car or wherever and come back because it is still your legal right to vote as long as you have come to vote within the hours that voting is allowed. If you're on the evening shift, you're entitled to the yes. The next thing now, right? The next thing now is the part about where you pick up your ID. Where you pick up your ID is where you must vote. No, I don't think where you pick up your ID is where you must. Well, I don't know. I've been registered to vote for quite some time now, honestly. I think I picked up my ID at the EOJ office. So, but someone is saying that the polling station you're supposed to vote at is on the back of the ID card. I can't verify, but quite a few people have said it in the chat. So if so many people are saying it, then it must be true. So check the back of your ID card, your voter's ID card, and you will see as well. So there are many ways for you to know where you are to vote on election day. You can go to the ECJ website, put in your name, and your date of birth, and it will pull up the full information to tell you where. Frankly, if you want to know if your brother they on the list to vote, your granny, your auntie, your sister, your uncle, you can also do the same thing if you have their information. Put in their name, then date of birth, and you will know if they are tell the truth and they registered for vote for true. Or you can also help to provide them with information about where they are supposed to vote. Even if you don't have an ID, you can vote on your birth certificate. Well, the only way you can vote is if you're registered to vote, Kenroy. So if you're registered to vote and you don't have your voter's ID, then yes, you can vote. You don't need anything at all. Your name should be on the list at the polling station. Your name is only on the list at the polling station if you are registered to vote. Registering to vote is an intentional act that you have to take. It requires you going down to the ECJ office. And honestly, I don't remember what the rest of the process is because I did it when I was like 17. My father insisted I needed to go. The other thing now, going out early to vote. Let me tell you, see, if you have to go to work, honestly, the best time to vote is in the morning before you go to work. Sometimes people say they're going to go in the afternoon when them leave work half day and go. But really and truly, those are the times when the lines are longest because everybody has the same plan. The best time to vote is as morning light. Before you go to work, go and do the Lord's work and vote for the JLP. I always get up bright and early. Me first join the line at the polling station and cast my vote. Me now make nobody beat me. I get out the way early. There's typically probably 3 or 4 people behind me in the line. But before you look, the line starts filling up. So if you have to go to work, the best thing to do is to get up early and go and vote before you go to work. And again, you can negotiate with your employer because it is your time that you are entitled to legally. They can negotiate with you. Oh, Scott, you're voting tomorrow. So exciting, Scott. DM me a picture of your finger when you vote. Remember, take the picture outside. Don't take a picture of your ballot for me now when your vote spoil. I'm assuming here that you're voting for the Jamaica Labour Party candidate, of course. But I'm going to go back over this very important point that I raised when I just started, and it is this. If it is your first time voting, when you go into the polling station to vote, the only thing you're going to see are the names of the people who are running as members of parliaments in your constituency. You won't see Andrew Holness, you won't see such man. You will only see the names of the people who are running in your constituency. Take your time, read through the ballot. You will see 2 names, as in some cases 3, because again, there are other people who are running as independents. So, for example, in Westmoreland, I know that there is one constituency where there are 2 people running as independents, as well as there are 2 other political parties that have also thrown their hats in the race. One of them are 40 odd candidates. So, in some cases, you will see more than 2 names on the ballot. But if you live in a constituency where there's only the JLP and the PLP running, then you should look very closely where the bell is and put your name, your ex diligently beside it. It can be a nerve-wracking process because you only have one time to do it, one time to get it right. But take your time and just mark your little X side of the bell, and then you fold back the ballot and you give it to the presiding officer and they drop it in the box. Watch and make sure so then put your ballot in at the box and then you leave and go outside. I remember going to vote and the rep pointed to where the bell and said, put your X here. Okay, one barrage for Central St. Mary. Make sure it go in the box. Yes, me always stand up and watch them put the ballot in the box. If it's your first time voting, make sure you put your X beside the bell. Thank you. Sure, that's where I was going to put it. OMG, I've never voted before. Wait! OMG, I've never voted before. I'm not in Jamaica, but I'm rooting for MP Crystal Lee. Island boy, I'm rooting for MP Crystal Lee too. She's a hard worker, and I'm pretty sure the people will vote for her again. The PNP will reduce food prices so that citizens can eat more food once per day. More food once per day. Okay. One Floyd Green. Do not let your ex go outside the border. Yes, that is also a very important thing. So on the ballot, there is an allotted space where your mark, which is the X, is supposed to go. Again, I want to say Don't go there, go put no tick. No put no heart because you love the candidate. Not try draw your own a bell. No put no star. Nothing. There is a reason why in all the communication the people say put your X beside the bell. It is because it's an X figure there. If you're voting for the PNP, what you do to identify the PNP candidate is just mark up the name off of the ballot. When's it played with Xavier? Right. But for the JLP candidates, one simple X beside the bell, and that will solve the problem. Yes, oh my God, I'm so excited for the debate later. Oh my God, who's flag up misinformation? I'm gonna block you. Anyways, like I was saying, right? Um, like I was saying, I'm very excited for the debate tonight. Prime Minister Holness is going to be going up against the PNP's leader, the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding. And I'm very excited. I don't know. What are you guys expecting to see? Job, you can wear your colors. Yes, you can wear colors inside the polling station. I hope he can answer questions about his integrity. I have no doubt in my mind that he can answer questions about his integrity. In fact, he has been speaking over and over and over again about his integrity, the matter of the Integrity Commission, about his filings. The people who aren't hearing are the people who do not want to hear. So I have no doubt in my mind that if the question is raised again, that he will be able to answer. And that's that. And you need to keep it cool. Mark is coming with serious jabs. The PNP have been using a tactic where they are speaking emotively, with a tone and with words, but saying absolutely nothing. Hi, mommy, it's Cameron, your only child. Hello, my son. I love you. Hi. Right. So, like I was saying, the PNP is speaking eloquently about nothing in the debates. They're using emotive language so that the audience who is watching can pull into their conversation, even though they're not answering the questions and they're not saying anything. That is their strategy. They don't answer no questions. They're not saying anything that is adding any value. But people are excited about the emotive tone that they're using. I know that Prime Minister is a strong debater. This is obviously not his first time around. Every other time he's done exceptionally well. And I'm very excited about what he will do tonight for sure. No substance, it's just vibes and emotive language. Gabby, are you from Western St. Mary? Yes, I am. Born and raised. Okay, Mark, you're really working for this one. Which website can I see where I'll be voting? If you want to see where you'll be voting, go to the ECJ website, or you can go on Google and type in maybe something like "Where do I vote Jamaica election" or something to that effect. And when you type that in, it will pull up the ECJ's website. Oh, right. When you go to the ECJ's website, sorry, type in voters list, and then you put in the somebody had said it's not EOJ, it's ECJ. And when I check online, it's ECJ, it's not EOJ, it's ECJ's website, right? Do you always have to shout? You don't have to stay. Can you block me, please? Please. Can you block me? Anyways, go to the ECJ's website, put in your name and your date of birth. And once you go in, you put in your name, your date of birth. Then it will show you exactly where you're supposed to vote. It's a super, super easy process to get the information. The other day, the site was kind of down and up a little bit. But if you go back online now, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get on. I'm going to help you out, my brother. Thank you, Drea. EOJ also. Okay, someone is saying you can also go on the EOJ's website. So you can check both the ECJ and the EOJ's website. But once you go and you type in voters list Jamaica on Google, I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to click a link that will take you to give you information about where you're supposed to vote. I can't take the negativity. All right, guys, what is there any other information that I'm missing that new voters are supposed to know or returning voters? Thinking through. I'm fully convinced. Yeah, exactly, humble child. Why I thought you were from St. Elizabeth. No, I'm not from St. Elizabeth. I love St. Elizabeth, but I'm from St. Mary. I'm a St. Mary gal, true and true. I'm very proud. I love it there. My family still lives there. Yeah, with sure. Yeah, me not under reason. Go to the bar after voting. No, but bars are closed on election day. So you can't go to the bar after election day because bars are closed on election day. I mentioned earlier that you could use a specimen ballot to educate new voters. Yeah, I will. Okay, guys. Yes, country come and touch, sell done. There's a little bit of noise because the door just opened, but it's going to close in a few minutes. No drinking is allowed on election day, so the bars are ordered to be closed. I suppose it is so that people don't get emotional, and how elections can be very intense. So for the safety of everyone involved, bars are not open to be allowed. People still have a vote, Gabby. We got the primary school together. Hi, Candy. Even the liquor section in the supermarket will be closed out. Yes, that is true. I never voted before and I don't have a voter's ID. Can I still vote? Truth hurts. Are you on the voters list? If you're on the voters list, but you don't have a physical ID, then the answer is yes, you can still go and vote. You do not need your physical ID in hand in order to go and vote. How about KFC? KFC doesn't ever close. Even when Ghana come, KFC is still open. We can create our own bar. Sweets, don't mix me. Save the drinking for the celebration, guys. Let's focus on mobilization. What else to know for election day? Hello, El No Bar. Like I said, the earlier you go out and vote, the better. And I'm not just saying that because it makes, how do you get on the voters list? Well, you can't get on the voters list for the election that is happening next week if you're not yet on the voters list. However, the great news is you can get on the voters list for whatever elections are to come. And how you get on the voters list is you go to the EOJ office that is closest to your home. You advise them that you want to register to vote, and then they lead you through the process. Yes, going down the second because all my little cousins have gone out to vote. Excellent. I love that. One Bobby me say to the girl, carry somebody to vote with you. Yes, original goodie. That is also the most important thing. Taking someone with you to vote. If you have a neighbor, elderly, young, first time voter, sometimes they need support. So make sure that you reach out to them and take them with you to the voter station. Follow up with them as well. Where is the barcode at the back? Oh, where the barcode is at the back, the last two digits is your polling number. See, I didn't even know that. So I'm also learning quite a lot on this live. I don't have my voter's ID with me presently. I have no cheap tickets. Sandrine, you're going too far, man. Yes, sure, my whole family going to vote. Yes, it's at the back. Okay, everybody is saying it's at the back. So that means, in fact, it must be at the back. Like I said, I don't have my voter's ID on me presently, so I can't look. Good evening. Me and my three kids will be voting. Love that, Bunnies. What constituency are you in? Robin. Which Robin that? But I'm still recruiting. Great, Sandrine. I love that. Sandrine is from Central St. Mary. Is Central St. Mary voter or Western St. Mary? Hi, Robin. Robin, make sure you go give Mirage the vote, you know. Make sure say you go and give Mirage the vote. A Robin, Mirage or a Mobby. Central, exactly. Make sure say you gonna give Mirage the vote, Robin. One Mirage. I'm at the airport now. I can't wait till I 1 p.m. Oh my God, good girl gone mad. I'm excited. Oh, I'm son our vote. Make sure you gonna give Crystal Lee the vote. Crystal Lee is a good MP and she deserves your vote. And the barcode, okay? It's easy, guys. I just check. Wonder if nobody a wallet or something in here we can look. I wanna look too. Stop chatting my business. We'll be voting early. Okay, guys, I have to go now. There are people coming in the vehicle, but I will see you guys later. Shower level rights. Yes, why are you coming talking in my live? Shower level rights. Hi. Mati Samuda already won. Love Mati Samuda. Guys, I'm gonna come back on live later after PM wraps up. Means debate. We'll talk about it. Make sure you all tune in at 9 p.m. to see the Prime Minister live in action. Shower and choose.